young and blue, strumming my old five-string guitar. Never a dull moment around here. It's the joy of not working, that's for sure. I'll tell you, it's lively with the caravana going on. You wait till Saturday night here, after the parade. Tell you what, these people know how to party. We do everything in Toronto real big. Ernie J. Zelinsky wrote a book, The Joy of Not Working is his name. 'Cause Ernie is a fellow just like me, and the joy of not working is his game. I know the joy of not working 9 to 5. Singing every day, I'm young and bored. Turn me on. And I end up writing songs about it. And I get to these women in a huge way, because when you write a song about a woman, it really turns her on, I'll tell you. And it's something that goes for a whole lifetime, not just tonight. And if a guy would take a little time to do something like that, write a poem about her, you know, put something down in writing, or write a song and sing it to her, that's lasting stuff. They said you got no chance at all, but the fringe candidate decided his own fate by singing his way to City Hall. By singing on the street with his guitar, the people of Toronto listened to his song, and they made him their City Hall star. Now the moral of the story, and a lesson for the brave, is don't ignore the fringe candidate. You see, he's gonna win, no matter what you do, 'cause he believes he's master of his fate. The fringe candidate, the fringe candidate. They said you've got no chance at all, but the fringe candidate decided his own fate by singing his way to City Hall. Move over, Mel. The fringe candidate is moving in. Now he's singing his songs at City Hall. Men from Syracuse, let's move his town. Is world famous now because he has no dough. You tune in Joey Reynolds and 5 nights a week. You hear the boogeyman on the air in friendly confrontation with our soul. And let's call the famed musician when he's there. Les Paul and Joey Reynolds give up and a place. Get a daytime job to help you pay your bills. But the boogeyman don't listen to what Les and Joey say, 'cause surviving without money is his riddle. He's the boogeyman from Syracuse, Davy Corcoran, featured on the Joey Reynolds Show. This boogeyman from Syracuse, a legend in his town, is world famous now because he has no dough. Make a wish, tonight's your night, and he's gonna make sure that you do it. And you know, when I say that to people, it gets them moving, and they go and do it. Because he has no dough. I write songs about people that turn me on, situations, and everything's the truth. And you'll see that when you play that tape, because there's a bunch of songs on there too. One time. And I gave it up back in 1981 to run from Toronto to LA to get smoking banned in offices when nobody thought it would ever happen. I never went back to the executive suite. I ended up in movies and doing what I'm doing here. Been here, this is my 16th year playing here. And it's something I really enjoy because I can come when I want to. You know, when you're on stage doing something, or in a movie doing something, people are telling you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Here I can sing all my own songs and do exactly what I want to do. And some of the things I say, well, you know, if somebody else said it in the office, it'd be sexual harassment. But women like to be told they're sexy, right here. And I enjoy doing that. You wait. Now there's a fellow ready for a big night. Wait till Monday morning. I hope you're ready for it. Yes, sir, boy. And that's another thing with relationships, you know. Guys are afraid to say things to women. Meaningful, being themselves. They're trying to put it on. You know, give me a good line. Just act natural. You know, I got written up in this Japanese magazine. It's all in Japanese. And what I did when it came out, I got copies run off, and a guy would come up to tell me, I can't get a woman. I would say to him, take this copy, go find a Japanese woman, and say, could you tell me what this means? Introduction, right away. And when this thing came out, all the Japanese women here in Toronto were lining up to get their picture taken with me. I'll tell you. And here's these handsome guys telling me they can't get a woman. You know, they got money, fancy car, good looking, personality, but they can't do it. And I got them flocking around me because I'm having fun being me, being outlandish. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I give you my permission to use the footage that you've shot tonight. Do anything you want with it, because I like the publicity. These women, they love to get their picture taken with me. And I give them a tape, take back with them, which has my address on it. And every once in a while, I'll get a picture in the mail back from them with the picture they've taken with her and me, and with a nice letter. And they come back to see me again, and their friends come back. You know, this is a wonderful experience. Every once in a while, I'll notice a guy coming along, and he's got a real good-looking woman with him. And I'll say, make a wish, tonight's your night, because you're better than Viagra. And boy, I'll tell you, he just brightens up, and he comes back to tell me the next night or whatever. And he'll say, because of you, I got lucky. Also, these elderly people, I like to get them going. And I'll say something like that. You're better than Viagra. And all of a sudden, you know, the guy will really come to life. And he'll come back to me and he'll say, you know, we haven't had it for 20 years until last night. You really made it happen. See? And sex is so important to all this stuff. You got to keep it. Now there's a fellow there. There's a guy that knows what the women are all about.
What's up?
These fellas are doing a documentary all about relationships, how to keep them going, what to do when you finally get a woman. So what do you do?
So do what?
Well, first of all, do you get the women?
Yeah, of course. All the time. I got numbers on my arms. I got numbers in my back pocket. I pull them out.
Well, that's good. You know, it's nice to see one guy doing it.
I'm on camera right now, right? I'm on live television somewhere. I don't know.
These fellas are from Boston.
From where?
From Boston.
Yeah, right.
So, it's going to be international.
Really? What do you guys do?
Tonight is your night. And that's sure.
What am I supposed to say though? Just anything? Oh, don't say anything?
You can wink if you like. Do something.
Sure. Because you're better than Viagra. Make a wish. Tonight is definitely your night because you're better than Viagra.
Hi, my name is Sarah Safi, and I would love it if you guys could use me a part of your film.
And you as well, Bruce?
What? Well, what am I?
You give us permission to use our film. You can't do it without your authorization.
My name is Richard Osborne. Yeah, you can put me in your film if you want to. It's all good.
How'd you get them?
It's by asking this one girl. This one girl gave me numbers.
Multiple numbers, one girl.
Yeah.
Isn't that a problem?
Yeah. Problem with women today.
Yeah?
Yep.
What's the trouble with women today?
Nothing much. They're just too aggravating. You know what I'm saying? They pull your heart out of your chest sometimes. You know, it's like, wow, that girl is a hot chick walking by, you know? I wish I could have her, you know? But she's taken. So you gotta move on to the next one. There's a lot of fish in the sea to be caught, man. You just gotta catch the right one.
Tips women and men. The
Ask me a
acceleration of
question.
like human personal relationships as it corresponds to, you know.
Ask me a question.
Ooh, so difficult, huh? Well, you single.
No, I'm actually married.
So what do you like about your husband?
What do I like about my husband? A lot of people tell me, you're so lucky in that your husband actually lets you drive limo. And I look at them like, what do you mean, lets me? After driving for a while, I realized, you know what, I have a really good husband. It's one of the things I love about him is he believes in me, he trusts me. I get a lot of propositions doing this job, but I'm a professional driver, nothing else. And he trusts in that, and he lets me go to work, and I earn my share as a woman in the workforce. I love his trust.
So back when you were single,
Back when I was single,
how long ago was that?
4 years ago.
4 years ago? What was it like? What did you do to meet people?
What did I do to meet people? I grew up in a small town where everyone knew everyone and everyone was friendly and outgoing. So it's one of the things, like when I came to Toronto, it kind of followed me, almost got me in trouble. I met a lot of people just from like smiling, say hi, you know, holding doors open, whatnot. And no matter where I worked, it always seemed like, you know, I just met people. People would just, you know, comment on my smile or say, you're so pleasant, you know, and I'll be here or I'll be there. And everywhere I went, I would meet someone.
Were they good people, bad people?
Most of them were good, some were bad. That's the price of being a young single woman in a big city.
So what was bad about the bad people?
Bad about the bad people were some people mistaken a smile for a, hey, I'm a welcome mat, you can come on in. Some people, they're so cold living in a city, a mash of cultures. Probably women don't smile in all cultures, so if I smiled, I'd have a complete stranger come up and kiss me, and then when I tell them that's wrong, they'd be like, oh, sorry, in my culture, you know, a woman smiles, it means you're welcome, type thing, and I found that confusing, but some people would like me more than I liked them, and I actually had an incident where I was stalked when I held a waitressing job to someone that I had served in the restaurant. As part of my job, I'd say, hello, my name is Annette, welcome to whatever the restaurant was, you know, and then I had this person calling me who got my number from my manager, like he shouldn't have given that out, but he did by accident, thinking it was one of my friends, and he actually got mad at me for a friend calling, you know, so ironies of ironies. Next thing I know, I have this person calling me saying, you know, hi, don't you remember me? I was sitting in non-smoking. You told me your name. I said, I had to tell everyone my name, you know, and then I was being stalked for about 4 months. I actually left Toronto, went to San Diego for 3 months, kicked around, had a great time, came back, went just west of the city, and that was like 7 years ago. And now I'm back to working in Toronto, and I really enjoy it. I'm over that hump.
So what's it like being a limo driver?
Being a limo driver, I really enjoy it. I'm a lover of people in general. I work with all different personality types. To me, it's a happy job. You know, this industry, obviously, like, no one's hurting, and you don't hear the problems of society when you go out in limousine. And on the flip side of that, I can be at a really upscale place, and a panhandler will approach me, and I have no fear because even they're nice to me. You know, and it's just meeting all sorts of people, and you know, I do relatively well at it, and I enjoy the fact that when I go to work, I can clean up. I don't have to get an extensive wardrobe. I just stick to my formal clothes, but I polish up well, you know, and I get to have a good time. I enjoy my work.
So who's normally renting out the limo? What sort of events?
Probably outside of our regular business, it would be like fun night outs. We do a lot of touring, bar hopping type thing. People, leisure runs is what I'd call them, perhaps, you know. But our mainstay would be, you know, our corporate accounts, business people, out of town entertainment, you know, bigger names, athletes, the such like that. So I enjoy meeting all classes of people and you know, having a good time with my work. I travel a lot, you know.
So you get out of the city?
I go across the border at times, so in all over Ontario, into Quebec, we don't get much call for limo runs to the prairies per se, but you know, all the urban centers, and they're like alive 24 hours a day, so it doesn't matter what time you're there, there's always people and good vibes.
So what have you learned in terms of human nature driving a limo?
What have I learned in terms of human nature? I've learned a lot more than just like my happy vibe, you know. I've learned a lot. One thing is I'm glad like I dated men when I was younger that were like millionaires, and my sister would say like, what are you afraid of money in that? Like, why aren't you sticking to it? And I would always say, you know, Terry, it's like this. I'll always be afraid that if I marry him, I'll always doubt myself. Did I marry him for the money or for the love? You know, so I always sought out for true love. I have a beautiful marriage, and we have a pure love between us. And I know that whatever my husband and I get in life, we got together. So that gives me comfort versus, you know, I may have clients that have a lot of money and stuff, but the thing that I learned from them is, as a reader of body language, you know, as I pick up that, you know, I probably did the right thing, because money doesn't buy you happiness. Even though everyone's happy, you know, driver sees no evil, hears no evil, but trust me, I've learned a lot from body language that tells me I made the right decision. Better to go for love than money. Hi, my name is Annette Decker. I live in Milton, Ontario, and I do give you permission to use this footage in your film.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There's some good stuff in there.
Okay, so
you're
tell
very
me,
Yeah.
what is the name of the film and when will it be?
It's not even like May 15th, so. If it goes well, it's an independent film, so it can die at any point. You know, it could like die at any point. You know? Come on.
I'm the Nighthawk in this city. You did it? I am the Nighthawk. So what do you ask?
So you've seen a lot of people in your cab, right?
Yeah, I drove this environmental guy, this Kennedy guy one time. What's his name? Robert Jr. or something?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
So what do you learn works between men and women from being in your cab?
Sorry?
What have you
I mean,
learned
what's
from
most-
driving a cab in terms of like human relationships? How people get along with each other?
Well, we have a more civilized population now than 30 years ago.
More civilized 20 years ago?
No, now it's more civilized than 50 years ago.
Okay.
How come?
That's when I started driving. In 1975.
Are people always in a hurry?
Huh?
People always
No, but I wish everybody would be. And one line I hate, get me there in one piece. I hate that line. Yeah, that's the worst line. Get me there in one piece. But I am the fastest driver in this town. So anyway, we're heading on Royal Oak south towards the Queensway.
Yep.
We're getting there and turning left and then going south on Grand, which is a right turn. And that should take us to there.
So are you married or single?
Well, I was married. But I'm living with her, but just as a roommate.
What happened?
I like to think myself as a single guy.
You still go out on dates with women?
Huh?
You still go out with women?
If I get through.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you meet them?
Huh?
How do you meet them?
Well, if you want to meet women, the best way to meet them is driving a cab, man. You meet them.
So you've actually picked up women in your cab?
Yeah, if I'm going for that. you know.
That works?
Well, it depends. You know, like different stroke for different folks.
How do you know if someone can be picked up in a cab?
Well, they'll drop lines and say, well, what are you doing? Or later, or could you come and pick me up later? Or I need a cab next week. Are you available? And them kind of things, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Most of them want a cell number, you know.
So it's pretty social driving a cab.
Sorry?
You're very social with the people you meet.
Yeah. Very much.
You drive the same people often.
It depends on the area you work, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a city rat. I work everywhere. I don't, like some guys drive to a special area and walk around there. And if you're doing that, well then, you must, because some people have a routine in cab, you know what I'm saying? Every morning they take a cab from 8 o'clock to go to work. So if you work in one particular area, you must pick up a person more than once.
You have kids?
Me? I'm up to grandkids, man. Hey, come on, you guys really want to make a movie, man? See how old she is there, and then you yourself will know if she ought to be in the movies. Check her out.
I don't know, she's 5.
Huh?
5?
Fact
can't
is,
really
she's
see.
under 3. No,
Under
under
3.
4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, look at her, man. She ought to be in the movies. Check her out. She ought to be, and she's smart. She's too smart for her little self. Anyway, I think we come into Grant somewhere up ahead here.
What?
Grant. So you see, she has the